From the ESPN studios in Los Angeles, here's Chris Myers.
Hi, welcome to the show, and thanks for joining us. When the NBA holds its All-Star game in New York on Sunday, our guest will be there once again. He is bigger than life. We welcome the NBA's Player of the Month for January, Lakers center Shaquille O'Neal. Nice to have you on the program.
Thank you, Chris.
And man, you are big. You're barely fitting here on the stage. We see the advantages. What's the worst thing about being so tall?
Nothing really.
Nothing.
Nothing
Could
at all.
throw around little guys like me that ask annoying questions.
Right.
You're 25 years old. Do you feel 25?
I do feel 25. I'm happy to be where I'm at. I'm glad my parents raised me well, and I'm just happy to be playing with great teammates and be playing for a great organization.
You seem very shy, and we've seen the rap thing in the movies. We just saw your antics on the court. Yeah. Are you shy?
It's not that I'm shy. It's just that I'm a little bit to myself, and I just like to maximize my potential. I just like to do my job, whether that's rapping or doing movies or playing basketball.
But you like the attention.
It's not that I like the attention. I like getting opportunities, and I like taking advantage of those opportunities, just having fun.
What was that funky chicken thing we saw the night? I mean, what brought that on?
I did that because one of my favorite football players does it. Merton Hanks does it.
Merton Hanks, right? 49ers.
Yeah, so I just, do it out of respect to him.
Pre-planned, or it just come to you at that moment?
It was kind of pre-planned.
All right, so you think ahead. By the way, true that when you were 14 years old, and we know you're making, what, 100 and seems like zillions of dollars, you worked at a McDonald's in Germany. You were 14 over in Germany?
It is true, because I was getting older, and my father wanted to teach me some responsibility. And I had younger siblings under me. So instead of sitting around the house all day, he said, you know what, you're old enough now to get a job. You're going to either work somewhere or you're going to babysit. So I worked at McDonald's for about 2 days, and I was like, I'll babysit.
What did you learn in that 2-day experience? What did it tell you?
It was hard work. I mean, I started off as the cleaner. So, like, after the restaurant closed up, I had to clean, and I had to clean all the pots and pans, and I didn't like that. So I chose the babysitting job.
And now cleaning up the competition in the NBA. Sunday's beating, most of the country got to see the Lakers beating of the Bulls, in which you starred along with Kobe Bryant. It was really a team effort. Del Harris said this was one of the best performances from the Laker team he's seen since he's been there, three and a half years. Do you feel that way?
We just went out and we played well. And in the history of sports, war, relationships, whatever, if you want to be the best, you have to beat the best. And right now, the Bulls are the best, and we just want to get to the level that they're at.
All right, regular season game. So what should we take from that game? What do you take from that game?
I mean, it's easy to get up for the best players in the world, but we over there at the Lakers, we sometimes have a problem getting up for the Minnesota's or the Dallases or the Golden State's.
Yeah. With the S bouncing around the room.
Right.
Are the Bulls, they're the best, they're the defending champs, but right now, since you beat the Bulls, are the Lakers?
Right now we're playing well, and we just wanted to do our job, and our job that day was to beat a great team at home, and we did that.
You talked about becoming more of a leader this year, and I know people expected that from you. And prior to that game, there was a kind of a verbal waking up. Eldon Campbell, Rick Fox, a couple of guys on the teams that you felt necessary to approach them. What did you say?
I just told those guys that I need them to do a little bit more, because I realize that I can't do this by myself. And that if everyone does their part, it will be fine. I mean, if you look at the Bulls, of course, Jordan's going to do a lot, and Pippen's going to do a lot, but every now and then, Curry hits some shots, Kukoc hits some shots. So, we just need everybody to do their part.
And did you tell them that in that manner, or were you more stern?
A little bit of both.
Yeah. And you felt you had to do this. You wouldn't have done that a year ago, would you?
I would have, yeah. But, I mean, I was always the type to lead by example, but now I'm just doing both. I'm playing hard with this injury, and I just want to win. So I can come over here and take your job.
Yeah, I saw you practicing beforehand. You like the media, right? I mean, you like being in front of the camera.
I just like having fun, that's all.
And you're having fun playing basketball?
Yes.
The criticism of you is that you have too much fun doing other things and that basketball is not your focus.
Believe it or not, I'm just doing what I saw my idols do. Dr. J did a movie, Kareem did a movie, Alex English did a movie, so I'm just doing what I saw those guys do.
But most important thing for you now, career-wise, in your life is what?
Basketball, of course. And I realize that basketball has opened many, many doors for me. So personally, I know that if I step into any other market, my basketball has to be tight.
Right.
My basketball has been tight.
If you could win an Oscar, a Grammy, or the NBA championship?
NBA championship comes first. But again, I'm just having fun, taking advantage of all opportunities that come my way. I'm having a good time.
Are you the leader of this Laker team?
I'm one of the leaders. You know, we have a lot of leaders on the team. You know, I think Nick is gonna be a leader too, Kobe too. And, you know, we just all need to play together. You know, I think if we can criticize each other and just stay on each other and everyone does their part, we're going to be fine.
Derek Fisher did a terrific job at the point guard spot when Nick was out, an all-star. The problems between Nick and Del Harris have been placed behind, but still they need to get along. Do you feel the need to step in and make sure that relationship is okay, because the team, the point guard is the leader of the team. You're only going to go so far as that connection takes you.
I've talked to Nick, and he really doesn't have a problem with Del. I mean, in any relationship, you're going to have your few arguments. It's just last year at that time, maybe it wasn't the right time. But I think if we would have won that game, nobody would have said anything. But, I mean, I heard that they've been, you know, going at it 3 or 4 years now. But, I mean, I think, you know, Del likes and respects Nick, and I think Nick respects and, you know, likes Del.
All right, we'll continue with Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq Daddy, as they call him, one of the NBA's 50 greatest players. We'll ask him what he thinks of being labeled that way. The 93 Rookie of the Year. We'll talk more with Laker All-Star Shaquille O'Neal. When we come back, don't go away. At the buzzer to win it for the Lakers, the first and only game-winning shot in his career, and we're up close with Shaquille O'Neal. That's really at any level of basketball. Are you surprised that you haven't had more game-winning shots at the buzzer?
Not really. It's just that that day, you know, Coach was in the huddle, and, you know, he was calling plays, and I just told him, give me the ball, Coach. If I get the ball, the game is over.
Do you want the ball when the game's on the line?
Of course I do.
What about the foul situation?
I realize that my percentage is not high, but I guarantee you that I've won more games at the line than I've lost. And if, you know, teams want to foul me at the end of the game, feel free.
What are you doing to improve the foul shooting?
I'm just practicing. I mean, you know, in the history of the game, you know, there's a lot of great shooters. And, you know, guys like Bird and guys like Jordan, when they were coming up, that's all they did was shoot. But me being so big and tall, when I was coming up, the only thing I practiced was my jump hook, my drop step, and, you know, once I got like 13 and 14, I was able to dunk. That's all I did was dunk, dunk, dunk. So, I mean, I was taught how to shoot the ball as a youngster, but, you know, as I got, you know, bigger, it was just jump hooks, the sky hooks, you know, stuff like that. So.
Yeah, there isn't really a correlation between good free throw shooting and championships. I mean, Bill Russell was not a great free throw shooter. He won with the Celtics. Wilt Chamberlain. So even the Bulls, Scottie Pippen, not a great free throw shooter. They've won. In your case, Dale Brown told me on the show, your coach at LSU, that because of the size of your hands and the grip of the ball, it's so much bigger for you that it's more difficult, as in Wilt's case, to shoot the ball from the line. Is that part of the problem?
I'm the type of player that I will never, ever make an excuse. I mean, when I just, you know, take my time and concentrate, I can hit them. And, you know, I'm working on it. I practice on it every day. And like
How many do you shoot a day?
I mean, I try to make 50 a day. I mean,
really?
You know, not shoot 50, just make 50. Like I said, if, you know, teams want to foul me at the end of the game, feel free.
The challenge is there for you. What do you think you can shoot? What's a realistic goal for you, a free throw shooting percentage?
I just want to be consistent and try to make all of them. So I think if I just, you know, think about making all of them, then I'll be okay. But again, I never sit down and say, I want to shoot 73% from the field. I want to average 55 rebounds a game. I don't do that. I just go out and play. Like I said, if I concentrate and take my time, I'll be okay.
A lot has been expected of you from the beginning when you came out of college and went into the pros, and we'll talk about Orlando in a moment. But when you were named one of the 50 greatest players in NBA history, and you know all the great players, you've named quite a few here on the program, what was your reaction to that? Did you think you belonged on that list?
At first, I was kind of surprised. But if I was doing the voting myself, I wouldn't have put my name on the list. I mean, because there's a lot of great players that they left off. However, I wasn't there at the voting process. I mean, I don't know who you know, did the voting, but whoever did the voting, they had confidence in me to say, Shaquille O'Neal, he's 25, he's young, but he's a great player. So whoever voted me in, thank you. But again, personally, if I was voting, I wouldn't have put my name on that list.
Yeah, it just seems a little early and a little unfair to throw someone in that area until they've been able to prove themselves over a period of time.
So you're saying that I haven't proved myself yet?
Well, I don't know. When you're talking about maybe the 50 best, I think at that age, I mean, you haven't won a championship yet. I know you took Orlando, too. And I mean, there's guys like Joe Dumars that were left off, Alex English.
Joe?
Oh,
okay. Well, yeah. I mean, I would have put Joe on the list. But,
yeah.
I mean, I think I've done more than, you know, prove myself.
When you, well, I'm not questioning the kind of player you are, Shaq. I just think to be on that list, and you agreed with me. You just said it. If you were voting at this time in your career, and I'm kind of curious, the voters, obviously they're basing potential. They're expecting you to win championships. You expect to win championships.
If I was voting, I wouldn't put myself on the list. However, I wasn't voting, so, you know, I can't do anything about it.
How come we weren't able to attend the ceremony?
Because I was ordered to stay home because if you remember, I was injured. Very, very bad. My knee was messed up. So.
Right, and this year you had the abdominal muscle, and how is that, the progress of that in the recovery?
Well, I sat out about 6 to 8 weeks, and I, you know, strengthened it up a little bit, but it's still nagging.
So it's not 100%?
No.
All right. Are there lingering effects that if you rest, you'll get better, or if you play more, you risk further injury?
I don't think about it. I just try to strengthen the areas around it and just, you know, keep playing hard. I'm the type of person that if I can walk or run, then I can play.
Are you worried about pacing yourself for the postseason?
No.
Can't do that?
No.
When you went to the NBA Finals with Orlando, I think it was 94-95, you led the league in scoring that year. The taste of the championship before losing to the Rockets being that close. What do you remember most about that you carry with you in Los Angeles?
Actually, that was a great year for us, but I don't think we set our goals high enough. Our goals, believe it or not, that year was just to get to the finals. And I can remember once we beat Chicago to make it and then, you know, beat Indiana, you know, we kind of like, we're going to the finals and we kind of laid down. And I kind of saw it happen, you know, we just laid down, you know, we was kind of goofing around in practice. Oh, we're at the finals, you know, we're going to do this.
Kind of laid down?
Yeah, kind of, you
really?
know, our goal was to just make it to the finals. You know, after we made it to the finals, you know, we got kind of complacent. But I mean, it was a fun experience, and you know, so this year, you know, I'm gonna try to help the guys get there. You know, Rob has experience on being there. Rambis, you know, has experience. So you know, we're gonna play. If we do make it to the Western Conference Finals and win, we'll make sure that the guys don't lay down. That we'll be ready.
So you are impatient when it comes to winning an NBA title.
I'm very impatient. I mean, I want to win now. But I talked to Isaiah Thomas the other day, and he said it's not easy. It's going to take time.
Yeah, and you have time, but obviously people, as we said, there are great expectations. Orlando, did you have it in your mind all along that you were going to come out to Los Angeles? Because they really turned on you in a hurry, feeling that you betrayed the organization.
Did I have it in my mind? No, I didn't have it in my mind. When I was getting ready to, when I became a free agent, you know, I let it be known that I was going to test the market. And Jerry West made me a great deal that I couldn't refuse, and it had nothing to do with money. It's about respect.
All right, we'll continue with Shaquille O'Neal more on leaving Orlando, and if he thinks Penny Hardaway will stick around with the Magic. We're talking with a six-time All-Star of the Los Angeles Lakers, Shaquille O'Neal, who has a number of business ventures, and we'll talk about one of them right here in the Southern California area when we come back. Don't go away.
These are just a few of the cars that have been pawned at RPM Lenders. They belong to people just like you that needed cash quickly.
I'm so glad I didn't sell my car. All I did was drive it in and leave with cash. I'll get the car back in a few weeks.
If you need cash now, pawn your car, truck, motorcycle, RV, boat, or jet ski, and put an end to the stress of not having the money that you need. For cash now, come on down now, 405 Freeway and Century Boulevard.
I couldn't believe it when they said no monthly payments.
Forecast, plenty of sunshine here today. We should reach our normal high of about 82 degrees.
When the ground shakes, what do you think of first? Probably not turning off the gas. That's why you need the automatic gas shutoff valve from Energy Pacific. Just call 1-800-466-7766 to have one installed. Then, if there's an earthquake of 5.4 or greater, it'll shut off the gas for you, even if you're not home. Call 1-800-466-7766 to order it today. From Energy Pacific, an affiliate of the gas company.
I told myself I was going to take a lot of heat, and I've gotten one or two letters here. And incidentally, Scott, age 11, from Winnipeg. Stupid is spelled S-T-U-P-I-D. A.
Ahead on SportsCenter, Michael Jordan's future in Chicago, the most definitive statement to date. What did Latrell Sprewell do? PJ testifies. And are King and Tyson on tying the knot? Bob Lee, Charlie Steiner, SportsCenter at 6:30 Eastern.
Do you like legs? Good, because right now at Red Lobster, a pound of hot, steaming snow crab legs is just $9.99. Hot legs for a very hot price. So walk, run, or crawl to Red Lobster. I love you, honey.
Danny, come here a second. See this? This is your college fund. Now watch. This is really cool.